My name is Don Wayne, and welcome to In the Nova, where we talk to tomorrow's icons today. And on this day, we are joined by Keytone, the founder of Humble House Records, right here in the studio. And if I had to describe Keytone, I would say he's not a product of his environment. He makes his environment a product of him. He is literally manifesting his vision into reality. And we're going to be talking about his journey, how he got here, and what the future of Humble House Records is. So let's go ahead and dive into that conversation right now. Here is the one and only Keytone. So I'm here with Keytone, DJ Keytone of Humble House Records. Humble House is your invention, right? Like you came up with that.
Yes.
Do you have any partners with Humble House?
So the first few years was mostly me. I had people that would like help me do little bits and pieces of things like my logo or, just help me work through ideas. But Humble House is my baby.
Right on.
But it didn't start at what it is now. It didn't start like that. Like what it is now is like just me finding out more information on how the music industry works and just moving along in that direction with some love, because it is not easy.
No, it's not.
I know, but it started out as a self-serving thing. I started hearing
like
no.
with your own music, you mean?
Yeah. Well,
right on.
Like I was tired of hearing no.
Right.
And then I was like, well, then if they're gonna tell me no, then I'm just gonna go around and do my own thing.
Right.
And so I just started it to get my music out there because I felt the world needed that. But then I was like, wow, I'm learning so much about the industry. What can I do to make this feel like it's more than just me? Because that didn't satisfy me, honestly. And so I was just like, I always loved to help people. So this is my gateway into helping people, releasing their music, helping them learn how they can earn income, giving the people who have the dreams the yes that they need, especially if it's good. If I like it,
right.
I think it's good. I'm gonna give you some heads up, some praise. I'm gonna show you how to make some money from it. I'm gonna show you how to, release your music, how to schedule it, how to market it, put some money behind it so that you can get some money back from it, or put my money behind you. But to go back to the partnership part is now I do have a partner. Her name is Sam. She is my partner in real life too.
Okay.
And she's amazing, dude. I've
seen her. I've said that's, she's got really long hair. Kind of long hair?
Kind of, but she normally keeps it up. She goes by DJ Volume.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, she's a DJ also, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's your wife, right? Or
not my wife, but my partner.
Your partner,
yeah,
right on.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've been married. I don't think I'm getting married again.
I hear you. I've been married twice. So first of all, where are you from?
Well, it's a tricky question. My dad was in the military.
Okay. You're a military kid.
Yeah, I was a military brat, but I was born in Germany.
No kidding.
Yeah, I lived there for a while, up until I was 10, back and forth between there and Miami. Some circumstances had me leave Miami as in the in-betweens to live full time with my dad in Germany. And so I got a lot of the electronic music and Celtic music, shockingly enough, and world music,
river dance.
Yeah, in me. I can't river dance though, but I got it. I got it. All of that culture in me, and then
So how long were you kind of raised in Germany?
Yeah. I lived there till I was about 10. Right on. Yeah, on the base in Heidelberg.
No kidding. The only German word I know is 9.
9? No.
Yeah. Right.
I can still count. Like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. That is very interesting. And then when you came to the States, you came to Miami?
No. So back and forth from Miami until I was 10. And then we came back to the States. I went to Oklahoma, Texas a little bit, some Louisiana. But my dad ultimately, my dad's family is from Detroit and St. Pete.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so he wanted to retire in Florida.
Right.
And so he retired in Lakeland, and I lived there. I did high school there.
Oh,
and,
okay. So I was going to ask if you went to high school in Florida.
Yeah, Lake Gibson.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Lake Gibson and Kathleen. I did a little bit of Kathleen.
And what brought you to the Berg?
Well, I have family here. So I was so tired of Lakeland. There was nothing to do but get in trouble. Literally nothing to do as a teenager.
I guess Lakeland's kind of far from the beach and big cities, stuff like that.
Yeah. And so I was like, I can't move to Tampa. I was kind of scared of Tampa.
Right.
Tampa's a different animal.
It is. Even though it's just over the bridge.
Man, it's like a whole nother state.
Right.
But I moved to St. Pete. My sister had got out of Lakeland first. I moved here with her till I got my own thing going, and then I stayed. I just love this place.
How could you not?
So artsy.
Right? Yeah. It's the best.
And although when I first moved here, I wasn't into art, but I wasn't into music I've always loved music, but I wasn't like, you grow up and you have like traditional values. You're supposed to do 9 to 5s. You never know that you can actually be successful or live and doing something that you really love. So I was in it, but I wasn't in it. I was doing something completely different, selling phones at Radio Shack and stuff like that.
Right on. Well, hey, you gotta make money, right?
Yeah.
So, when did it happen where you were like, man, I love music so much that I wanna like learn how to make it? Or were you a DJ first or a producer first?
Yeah, I was a DJ first.
Okay.
So I was driving trucks before I got into any of this.
No kidding.
I was driving CDL, driving trucks for Pepsi and Nestle and all these, these companies. And I was just utterly unhappy.
Were you like an interstate driver?
Yeah. No, I do like trips from Miami, mostly in-state, but interstate.
Wow.
And I was just royally unhappy. I had a gut. I had a belly, like literally there's a picture of me holding my son, and I had a pot belly.
Wow.
And I was just unhappy. I started listening to these motivational and self-help guys and entrepreneurs, because I've always had that spirit. My stepmom reminded me that I used to sneak out of the house to deliver papers for a newspaper route just to earn some money. Nice. And so I've had that entrepreneur spirit, but I was traditional mindset. My dad's in the military. You got to do this, you got to do that.
Right.
So I did that, and I was like, I'm unhappy. What can I do? I sat down and I have this book. I still have it, actually. It's called A Think Tank. I named it Think Tank, and I wrote down 2 options. I can either go into movies and entertainment, or I can go into music. And what can I do in either one of those? So I came up with it's a brilliant idea on the entertainment side. I just it cost too much to implement. So I was like, what can I do with my retirement money to start this in music? And so I took my whole retirement savings out and I bought DJ gear.
Nice.
I bought DJ gear.
What was your first, do you still have your first decks?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It was a Newmark something.
Okay. Newmark?
Yeah. Newmark Mix Track 3 or something like that.
Did you ever go like on like a, one of these vinyl records and stuff?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. I eventually got better, I eventually understood the game. One day, honestly, I'll tell you what, one day I was driving down the road and it just clicked. I was like, oh, wow, okay. If I do this, then I can make. And then from there, I kept learning. I had mentors. I had people who were great, like Don Pablo, Blake Brady, Lance Freelance, Lance Hallmark, like all the Luis Martinez. All these guys showed me, they're veterans of the game. They showed me like what to do and how to like be successful. Chris Granger in business, and, just all these guys that really took me under their belt. Too Tall Keith, can't forget him. Yeah, these guys showed me how to rock a party. Too Tall Keith showed me how to produce music.
Really?
Yeah, his way. You know,
He
and I
was
had to-
producing music when we were kids. Man, I remember going to his room when we were in middle school and he had like the setup and
yeah.
man, just doing his thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's still doing it. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, he is. He actually played with me at the pier the other day. Last
No
Sunday.
kidding.
Mhm.
Nice. What was like your first, what was the first like party that you did, like where you got commissioned?
Crazy enough, it was the same party that I decided that I was never going to drink. Well, not never going to drink again. That I was going to stop drinking until I achieved a goal. I have a really, really big goal, top goal. And once that's fulfilled, I'll probably have like a little glass of something.
So you're not really a drinker?
It's been almost 10 years now.
No kidding.
This would be my 9th year.
Wow.
Yeah, no alcohol. Mhm.
Well, that's awesome, man.
But it was a place called Crown and Bull in Dunedin. I got too wasted. I can't do this job and be wasted. Not to do this job at the level I want to do it at and drink. And I was like, I just want to drink again. So until I hit those goals.
Well, now that you haven't had anything to drink, though, it's good just to be clear-minded, feeling 100%. Good. Did it quickly become something that was consistent, or were you just kind of, when you started, just kind of doing like
DJing and parties?
Yeah, DJing.
No, I did gung-hoed it. I went all in.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, my first, I didn't make any money on that, but my first time getting out there, I bought these Gemini speakers. They were horrible. But I bought Gemini speakers, my new mark, and I went out and DJ'd a car meetup at a Quaker Steak and Lube. And it was just a car meetup. I saw somebody was doing it. I messaged him. I was like, hey, I got some speakers. I'll come out, play some music. You don't have to pay me nothing. And they were like, yeah, come on, play. So cool. I played some Ludacris, some Fast and Furious songs that I knew, but I was learning, that was my first time. That was before mentors or anything.
Right.
And I was like, I got to go get some mentors. I got to figure out how to do this right.
Well, it's interesting because I tuned into your, that event that you had like a few months back. I think it was Houseology.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Houseology Live was our...
the live event. And you guys were talking about DJs that kind of go up and they kind of just blend music versus DJs that are actually like, bringing in samples in real time and, actually scratching, being like, in my opinion, like real DJs.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of DJs around here, and everywhere really, that they're not really doing that. And I think it was DJ Rich.
Yeah.
He was kind of saying it was kind of like in his opinion, kind of like a Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. He's real harsh with his words when it comes to.
Hey, I don't disagree. Yeah. DJ or Cousin Crook, he's a real DJ. I was making music with him. Me and him were signed to a record label when we were kids.
Yeah.
And, but he he does his thing and it's real.
Yeah.
And I've been in the DJ booth at the club where I've seen DJs kind of pretend like they're scratching, but they're just kind of like following along with the record and stuff like that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Sometimes I get complacent and I'll blend. I'll do a 2 or 3 hour blend set, but then I realize, all right, I'm going to be here next week. I bet I need to do something, I need to check out do some other things. So I'll practice my scratches here and there. I don't scratch too much anymore, but
with house music, it's not really like a,
but I do. I still do some open format sets, here and there, especially at the pier. I use that as to keep myself sharp, because it's a tourist section and I can get away with a little bit here and there. But the acapellas, I think that's my thing. I love that. I love to bring an acapella in somewhere that you almost don't expect it to be,
Right.
I love that. Especially in house music. I'll do it all the time.
That's awesome.
I'll do it. Yeah. I probably, in every set, I'd probably at least do 3 minimum acapellas in a house set. I have to, if it's not a classic, it's something new. Like, I'll bring in some like, Rich Baby Daddy acapella that I ripped myself, and quantized myself or, moved it myself. Like I'll do that.
Then you're putting like a whole nother thing behind it.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be the acapella and and I know I got a song that's an instrumental or something, I'm putting that in there, you know, to be my flair, and that I know what people want to hear nowadays, because it's my job to stay up to date on what's trending, what people want to hear. And if I know that it's going to be hot, I'm gonna find a way to put it in there.
Nice. And so how do you get the acapella? Everybody asks that, I'm sure.
I have multitude. There's a
lot of different ways.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways. One of the easiest ways I do is, stems out of Serato. You can, I'll stem a Serato, change the BPM, I can record it out, and I got my acapella.
Right on.
But, there's a bunch of different ways. That's probably not the cleanest, but it'll get the job done.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool. And so, like I told you, I'm born and raised in Tampa Bay, right here in this neighborhood, actually. But when I started going to the club, I was, Tampa Bay was like really known for breaks, like, break beats, Yeah. We were listening to like, Pouring Kings and, the Don, I'm the Don Dabba of the neighborhood. This is Don Dabba, right? Mm.
I know that phrase that you just did, but I don't know who sings it.
But anyway, like Florida breaks. So how has like being here in St. Pete, has that like
100%
your sound?
100%.
Right on.
I just actually signed a breaks track with On the Mic on his Ravesta Records. My version of breaks, I guess. Because my dad is Florida, not born, but raised.
Right.
And Miami Booty was a form of breaks,
Yeah,
and
Magic Mike and
that like 6ix9ine Boys, and
6ix9ine Boys.
all that booty music, Supersonic, all that stuff had like a break sense to it.
Right.
And so I kind of just molded this track into like a breaks / booty, Miami Booty track. I think it's probably one of the best songs I ever made.
That's awesome.
And he signed it, and I was like, I like this. But this came from like, because I worked with people like Brad Smith.
Brad Smith, okay.
Yeah, he's like one of the mentors, one of my mentors.
No
too.
kidding. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
And so, of course, their music is inspiring,
right?
And On the Mic has so much energy in his music that, I was like, okay, this fits for him. Like he would probably take it. He did. He took it.
That's just wild, man. So with Humble House Records, you love your family and you do cool shit for the community here in St. Pete. Now with Humble House Records, what is it that you look for in a DJ artist before, like, if you would be, contemplating, offering this person a deal on your record label? Like, what is it that you look for exactly?
So the record label part is not as strenuous as my DJ criteria.
Right.
So like for the record label, I really look for somebody who's trying to make good quality music.
Right.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be polished. Doesn't have to be cookie cutter. It just has to sound good. First of all, it has to make me move.
Right.
If I'm not moving, I'm not signing it.
Right.
It's just not happening. I could love you, but I'm not doing it. It doesn't make sense business wise to me, because I have a business brain. Mm-hmm. So if it makes me move, or if it makes Sam move, because she's a woman, if it makes a woman move, I might give you some cash. I'll give you $25. Let me get this song for sure. $25-$50, right now. Cause I feel like money's enticing to people. It feels good. You get some money for your music. It makes you feel good. It doesn't matter how much it is. I made 19 cents on my first BMI royalty statement. And dude, I was ecstatic,
Right. You got something.
Yeah. I was like, listen, if I can make 19 cents on BMI, I'll make $1 million one day on BMI.
Right.
It just takes the time and the effort.
That's a good attitude. That's awesome.
So I feel like if I could do the same thing for someone else, it may inspire them to continue going on. And then, but for DJing, you really got to do yourself justice. Everywhere. I got to hear a mix. I got to see you spin. I got to know you can hold your own. And that's why some of the venues really trust me when it comes to, because I don't really DJ much anymore myself. in certain aspects. I'm trying to be more behind the scenes right now, push a culture and make sure it's decent and good here. So I just want to make sure that is continuing and not just letting the floodgates open as easily as it is now. It can be now with technology. I just still want people to do their due diligence.
Right. And be authentic.
Yeah.
You're looking for authenticity.
Real.
Yeah. Which actually leads me to another question that I've got for you. What are your thoughts on AI songs?
I love it.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I love it. I love it because
have you tried to created
100%. Yeah, 100%. I've used multiple different avenues, but what I won't do is put 100% that out. I think that the difference between that is of artistry is making something your own. And what this comes back to is sampling hip hop and disco and all those other things all had technology in the forefront of them.
That's right.
And what they did was they made it their own.
Right.
And as long as you're doing that, I'm for it.
I mean, it is the future, right? So, will.i.am, the producer will.i.am, the Black Eyed Peas, but he once said that, back in the 80s, we were kind of saying the same thing about sampling.
Yeah.
I mean, really, but I mean, I've never tried a platform or like a app or whatever, like Suno, but I'll tell you what, sometimes when I have to, I'm being commissioned to produce music and I'm just at a roadblock creativity, with my creative space or whatever, I could see where that would give me inspiration. Yeah. And you can just kind of take that idea and then create it yourself, like in Pro Tools or whatever. Are you a Pro Tools person?
Logic.
Oh, Logic.
But I've worked in Pro Tools before, but I'm not as efficient at it as I am Logic.
Okay. And you do everything in Logic?
100%.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I do some touches in Ableton because Ableton has some cheats.
Right.
They have these cool generators, stuff. You can make, I can do some generators. I can do easily time warp, some easily before the update because I had a really old, we all ain't got the top gear, it took, I just got a new computer. Literally this year, just got a brand new computer with a fast enough processor and an operating system that can be up to date.
I just got a new one too.
I was looking at that. But I just got one and that I can do more things now inside Logic that I could because I had the old program because I couldn't update. I had like a 2016 MacBook that I've been working on for forever, but I knew it, didn't want to get rid of it because I could do what I needed to do in 10 minutes or less on it. But it was just time, So now I have new things. I have Logic that can time stretch and time warp, whatever, stem things out. I can do almost crazy.
So Logic has like the elastic audio thing like Pro Tools does?
So it's, I think, what is it called? It's called monophonic time flex is what it's called. Okay. Yeah, man, I can stretch and flip and whatever. I can do whatever. I literally do whatever I need to do.
That's badass.
In there. Yeah. Stem things out in there. I can do whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love Logic.
Yeah. If I wasn't on Pro Tools, that would probably be my second choice.
You would be able to, I can tell you right now, if you were to pull up Logic, you'd be able to do everything in it that you do in Pro Tools.
That's what everybody says. Yeah, everybody says the environment's like super, it's logical.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And the Ableton is like not logical. It is so ass backwards. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can cuss on here, but it's just ass backwards.
No, I can cuss,
Yeah.
But it looks different, man. It's just a different environment. But that's why I guess when I got Ableton, I was like, I did the free trial thing. And I was like,
same.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Me either. I tried too. I tried so hard to flip. But I was saying it just ain't happening.
Have you worked with local like vocalists, somebody that comes in and top lines your beats and stuff like that?
Yeah. I got a lady that we've signed as an official songwriter for Humble House.
Cool.
She does mostly like reggae and stuff like that. Her name is Aisha Michelle. She's great, fantastic singer and songwriter.
Cool.
But I've worked with her. I've worked with Crystal, Tampa Tony. They're legends in Tampa. They mostly do like booty music, like joke music and, club music. But I got them on a house track. That was dope. I think that was fun. It did really well. That was like 3 years ago. But I do work with a lot of people around here.
Cool. For Humble House Records, are you signing artists or are you signing like, because you kind of made the distinction between DJ and artist, or producer, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're kind of signing both, right?
Yeah. Right now, we're looking mostly just at the music, right? And I do want to sign artists because I think that producers and artists are two different things, right? I think there's people who want to make music for either notoriety or to be involved, right? And then I think that there's artists who are like, it is who they are. It is marketable. It's a package. It's business.
Right.
It can be business. Most artists aren't business focused, but that package can be sold and be business. Right. And it gets marketable. Otherwise right here, we have a song, a song that we look for, a song that can market itself. Doesn't really need the push of branding an artist and all of this stuff. So that's where we are now. And these are the people I want to associate and pick up. Or if these people here have that ambition, I would love to take them from here to here.
Right on. And so as far as distribution, I guess you're do you mind if I ask you a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
Are you distributing, are you printing anything like tangible, like CDs, vinyl?
Not yet. SoundCloud gave us the option to do some drop shipping vinyl. We were going to take advantage of that. We just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Right.
Right now we do a lot of digital sales, and we're transitioning ourselves from audiophile record label to a DJ tool sources for DJs. Because I think that's the B2B is where record labels are going to right now. I think the audiophile, it's just money wise. The audiophile part is there, will always be there. People who really love this music will find it. But in order for the business side of the record label to take, it needs to be a B2B thing. And and what I mean by that is like our label supporting people who need fresh, high quality music to play out, to push, and is always looking for something fresh. You haven't touched AI or anything like that? You're not interested?
I would use it personally as a tool to draw inspiration from.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I don't even know what the process is. Like, I guess, because I use Grok for creating my social media, and Grok is really cool. You can take an image and say exactly what you want it to turn into, and it will do that. And I'm guessing it's the same thing with Suno, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the more descriptive you are,
the more you know your music, the better it'll come out. The better you can take, okay, I love this piece of this, or I love that piece of that. Or, hey, I'm a songwriter. Let me put this in here and see how the melody can be warped or changed, or how can we create a melody with these words?
Now, I will say this. it's kind of like the same thing. I'll go through like a Splice or Output, the Arcade. I don't know if you've ever heard of Arcade.
Yeah.
And I'll listen to those samples to, I'll be like, I need it to be like, say 120 beats a minute and G minor or whatever the key is. And then I'll listen to the samples, and then I'll kind of, take that idea from the sample, because I play keys. I've been playing keys my whole life. And, so I pick up on stuff really quick, and I can just kind of play it. Yeah. But, of course, put my own, sound on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I would definitely try it.
I'm 100%. Out of Splice. Splice couldn't pay me to use it anymore.
Why is that?
It's too well known.
And a lot of people are using the same. I hear that with house music, and actually, I've heard samples from other people's music quite a few times that I'm like, I know that that's a sample that was spliced. Because, you know, but that's why I've got the drum kit sitting behind you.
I love that.
That's why I've got my tambourines and I got my little egg shaker and I make my own tops.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll use like one shots like for 808s or whatever. But I mean, I
wish I had a drum set in my house.
And it's got a great tone to it. I mean, it doesn't look the prettiest, but the tone is really good. And, you know,
I thought it looked pretty when I walked in here.
I mean, my dad's got an amazing kit. I wish I had his kit. One of these days I'll get it, but I'm not any rush for my dad to pass away or whatever, but it's a beautiful kit. But, you know, that's the reason I've got the kit in here because I don't really play drums. I play keys. But I'll record like, you know, on the hi-hats, like, you want it to go like this, you know, follow the click track, quantize it, put it in there, whatever. That's your top. You can do like so many cool things. And do you like experimenting with sound and stuff like that?
Love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you would love, you know, you said that you always wanted to do like, you know, music for film and stuff. A lot of times when I'm scoring, I will also do the Foley work. So you got to kind of get creative with the sound effects, you know. Like sizzling bacon could sound like rain or something. You know what I mean?
I've always wanted to experiment with that stuff.
You would.
I just haven't haven't had a chance.
I mean, just putting, you know, like something that's visual and just, you know, without sound. And just, you know, you see like, you know, you can see where the transitions are, where the peaks are and stuff like that. And you just put the sound to it. It's easy, you know? So do you want the Humble House music to, would you like to get involved in placements and stuff 100%.
Like that? That's actually, we've been working on it over the last like 6 months.
Right on.
You know, I feel like entertainment's a networking game.
Right.
You know,
100%. Yeah.
If you don't put yourself out there, you're pigeonholing.
Right.
And, so I've been thinking about stepping out and going to like conferences and stuff for Sync, just because I think that's almost the next evolutionary phase of our record label.
Cool.
We opened the publishing side, you know, so that we can.
I was going to ask you that. So you did.
We do our own publishing. Yeah.
Nice.
We do all of the steps, the pros, the MLCs, the, you name it, we do it, you know.
And as far as Sync, you would be considered a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
That's what it's called.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do. We want to get our music out there. Although, you know, we were less picky than we are now because we wanted to get it going. We have to get our catalog big, you know, but now we are really strict on the quality of music we take.
Good.
You know, as long as they're trying, try quality music can be sold. I'm a big believer of it. It can be used for something.
Right.
It has this person had this thought for an emotion or a scene or a feeling, and it can be applied somewhere.
Absolutely.
There's no lack of good quality music.
Right. That's right. Sometimes people can have like really great tracks, but even, you know, just like a proper mix, you know, mixing's like a whole art form within itself, you know? And so like if somebody was kind of struggling in that aspect, but you saw a lot of potential, you'd still consider
100%.
That's really, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we have like people around us too that are very helpful. Like Michael Wentz, he's our mix engineer and he does mixing and mastering for a lot of our music.
Nice.
'Cause I can mix, but there are people who were made for it.
Right.
You know, they just have that ear.
Right.
And I think if you don't get your music over to them, you're doing it a disservice.
That's right.
You know, so we do that.
I agree wholeheartedly. Now, I produce and I mix myself, but I always outsource mastering.
Okay.
I send it up to my boy in Atlanta.
Nice.
And so
Atlanta's, and like you said earlier, Atlanta's the Mecca. We try to do a lot of business up there, but it's cool. You really got to know the right people to do business up there.
And It's like one of the reasons I came back here, because up there, I was getting really involved. I work with I work with Montel Jordan up there.
Oh, wow.
I work with Darius Rucker.
I love that guy.
And, I'm still friends with the Ruckers. Darius' brother called me yesterday, actually. But, I got some really cool, even Teddy Riley. I did a little work with Teddy Riley. And I was like, man, this is really awesome. But still, I felt like a tiny little minnow in this big ocean. And so I wanted to come back home. I mean, this is home to me, of course. But and here, this is such a cool community. And I love what you're doing because you're really all about community.
100%.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, because, you just do cool shit for the town, for the community.
Thanks.
What's one of your favorite events? Didn't you guys had something at Good Fortune recently?
Yeah. We called it Fad, like the newest fad. Fortune After Dark, because it was Good Fortune.
Right.
And then I had seen there was parties there before. They actually started up again. It's a group called Late Night Flights.
Yeah, Late Night Flights.
They did a party there when it was called, that Good Fortune was called Ichikoro, and inspiring nice. To say the least, and so they just started up again more recently, but I was asked to do my thing, there, which is completely separate from their thing. I like to do, I like to move where the market's moving. It's fresh ideas. Late Night Flights is a community collective, like they have their following of what they do. And I feel like in order for this community to grow, there's always friendly competition.
Right.
So, I want to do our thing, our way there with our sound, the music that we love to push, and do it there. And
Late
do
Night
it proper.
Flights is they're primarily like I'm sorry, what did you say?
To do it proper, just like them.
Oh, like them. Yeah. I gotcha. But I was gonna say, so doesn't Late Night Flights, aren't they typically more like a promotion, like party promotion?
Yeah.
And so you're kind of involved with that as well, because that's essentially like you're kind of putting it all together yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
your team.
I have a pretty good backing. DJ Rich, does a lot of sound and lighting and stuff he's been doing for 20 some odd years.
Right on.
So he helps me make sure that we get it's proper. Robbie does our audio and video recording. Sam does the designing of how we're going to do the show, lights and stuff like that. If we're going to do red lights, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then, this is all like the concepts that I see in my mind. And we want to do more. We just need a bigger team. I feel like the only way that this market's going to grow is if we get the community involved in it. A lot of people have like collectives where it's just them, and I saw that and I was like, that's not us. We're our team, right? But I want this person to come over because they've been working so hard. Let me put them in front of some people. This person's been making music for a while. They need to get out and be seen. Let me put them in front of some people. And that's been our thing.
Do you have kind of like a favorite that you work with or?
For the label?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Alejandro's a star.
Yeah. That's my favorite from what I've heard from Humble House.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
He's a star.
His production's on point. It's like the kind of music that, Yeah. It's like right in my pocket. And I love it.
I can't wait till the world catches up.
Yeah.
There's only a snippet out there that's got it, but I can't wait till the world catches up.
Do you mind if I play a couple of his tracks?
No, please.
Okay,
please.
cool.
Mohoya is one that we have together. I did a rough and then he finished it. Okay. Fantastic. Nice. I was like, what else I don't need to do anything else here.
Very cool.
Just put that out. So, but nice. Yeah, he's a great producer. Everything he makes is crystal clear and he does it in like 10 minutes.
Really? So he's like a human AI.
Yeah. Seriously.
That's awesome. Yeah. Boy. Yeah. It takes me, I'll spend 60 hours on one track.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
So man, that's awesome. And he's on Logic too?
No, I think he's on FL Studio, Fruity Loops or something.
I was going to ask what your thoughts are. Now, I've seen some people make some badass shit on FL Studio, man.
Yeah, I don't doubt any of these DAWs.
Yeah.
Man, technology is technology. If you can make it happen, you're going to do it.
Yeah, because my boy Wavy Wayne up in Atlanta, he was, he gets like tons of views. He's actually got like one of his own templates. Like actually, he works with Avid, and he just, he dogs on FL Studio. But man, I mean, I've heard some really dope shit come out of FL Studio.
Yeah. If you know how to work it, it's like a crazy machine. But if you know how to work it, more power to you.
That's awesome. I've got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
So, first of all, where do you see Humble House Records in 2028?
Oh, 2028?
So it's a couple of years from now.
Yeah. Still chugging along. Probably has a circuit for its artists. Still community focused. Probably helping nonprofits somehow.
Nice. Which nonprofits would you be?
Well, we've worked with Empowerment before.
Okay.
It's a group that helps underprivileged women in business.
Nice.
So I love business. I love anything that has to do with business.
Nice.
So their group is primarily to help women who want to be successful in business get the tools that they need. And so we raised some money for them. We raised $1,000 for them last year. We hope to do more for them this year. Anything that has to do with that, homelessness.
St. Pete's got kind of an issue with that.
Yeah.
I admire that, man. That is just awesome.
Thanks, man.
If you could go back to a 17-year-old Keytone and tell him one thing, what would it be? Offer him some advice. 17-year-old.
Fuck tradition. Follow your dreams. Be creative and don't care how you look to people. Just care that you are true to who you are.
Do you feel like you, sometimes when people choose the musical career path, their parents are kind of like, were your parents was your dad supportive or?
Not at first.
Not at first?
But he's very supportive now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You feel like you've proven yourself to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's proud of you.
Yeah.
And do you play any instruments?
I'm a beginner. I'm probably an intermediate in piano.
Okay.
Like I can play like Mary Had a Little Lamb and stuff like that. But I know I have tone. I understand tone.
Right. You've got a good ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried to learn guitar. Like I have it. I can probably play a few chords on that. But I'm not Bach or anything.
Right. Well,
yeah.
I mean, as long as, the keys when you're striking all the chords, that's, polyphonic versus like monophonic, which is one key.
I'm a good monophonic
You're
person.
a good monophonic player. I mean, I
can hit some chords.
Yeah.
But it may not be right all the time.
That's all you need, man. Yeah. And so are you currently always sort of got your artist and research eyes and ears open for new artists? Always. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Now, what's the best way for somebody to find you?
If they're sending us a demo, I'd like to use TrackStack only right now. Or if I know them, send me an email, but TrackStack right now is where I sift through potential talent.
Right on.
I was using Label Radar, but I realized that when people pay for things, they have a better quality of things. So the people who pay in TrackStack are actually artists who are pushing a good quality sound. And in Label Radar, it's filled with noise, not music.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
There's a lot. I can find some for sure. But it's like finding a diamond in a.
There's always, I tell people this, even like just friends that are close friends, they want me to do something for them, make some beat for them or whatever. And I used to, just do it because they're my homies, but I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or nothing, but now I just don't do any of that unless there's money involved. If I'm going to spend, 8 hours on a project, there's money always brings a level of seriousness to the project, right?
Yep.
I mean, even if it's like $50 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, it's a level of seriousness. So yeah, I totally see where you're coming from with that. Where
I'm having fun. Where
did you come up with the name Keytone?
Crazy thing is my dad's email address was Keytone. was Keytone 34. He's had it since like 92.
Oh wow!
Since like email was since Yahoo, or MS or whatever it was it was Keytone 34 at Hotmail.
Hotmail.
Yeah,
I remember. Hotmail.
Yeah. So it was like the beginning, and I've always known it because I had to fill out like permission slips and stuff, and and I was thinking back when I was coming up with my artist name, I was like, well, it has to resonate with me, and I'm the second. So my name is his name. His name is Anthony Keys. So Tony Keys, and then Keytone.
Oh, your last name is Keys?
Yeah.
That's badass. Man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And then he had Keytone 34, and I was like, what can I do? What's different? Because I like to be different. I don't want to have like, people come up with names and they're like, they got, of course, inspiration from somewhere, but it's already taken. Right. I don't want to do that.
As a matter of fact, I was watching your House Solid. How can I say that?
Houseology.
Houseology. The video that's on YouTube, and one of the artists that was up there said that she had to. She had to like change her name because the name was already taken. I could not imagine the nightmare that must be.
No, I didn't want to have any problems with that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's just use Keytone. At first it was DJ Keytone. I was that for a while. I even put out a few songs under that. Some that were that got picked up really well. Actually, a collaboration with Too Tall Keith with Syrup. Syrup Music, a pretty big label in Europe.
Yeah, I've heard of Syrup.
And
I think I follow them actually.
Yeah, they're great label. But I put it out under DJ Keytone, and I was like, you know what? It's obvious I'm a DJ. It's obvious I'm a producer. So I just want to use Keytone. I use the moniker Keytone.
I did want to ask you, what if the record label comes knocking, the big label, says, hey, another thing I forgot to mention, speaking of record labels, but what would you,
I'm priming it for it.
Okay. I was going to say, what if they kind of wanted to, kind of tell you this is how you got to kind of do things, or, Are you up for major label distribution?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm priming. I'm getting all of our ducks in a row for that acquisition. Because listen, again, I'm very business focused, and this is a passion project too. But I think that if I did it once, I can do it again and again and again. So if somebody,
and even better and better each time.
Oh my gosh! And if somebody approached me for this set of ideas that I came up with, cool, come correct, because I value myself, I value the people that I'm working with, and my roster.
Right.
And then you come correct, you got it, it's yours. Take off with the baby. You need me to run it, let's run it. Let's talk business. But I'm gonna do something else here too. And I'm gonna do something else here too. Because one of my other mentors was like, listen, music is not just this one thing. Music is a broad spectrum of things. And if you can do one thing, try to do another thing in this thing. Try to do another thing here, in music, because why not?
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. And really quickly, what are your thoughts? Because there's rumors going around that DistroKid is up for sale. No. So maybe a record label is going to buy it. Any thoughts on that?
DistroKid is...
That's how most people, independent artists, are releasing music.
Big money's got to come in for that.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've signed all this music, released all this music as a distribution platform. So you got to have big money to come in to buy that.
I think they're wanting like $4 billion.
Yeah. Which is rightfully so. They probably have a lot of IP under them, you know?
I'm just kind of afraid of a big label buying it, and then all of a sudden they own everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's inevitable.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, eventually, yeah, it's most likely that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We distro through the Symphonic, which I love them. They're smaller, indie focused. You know, they have Merlin behind them, who's been around for forever. I feel like all of that stuff is inevitable. All of the IP is going to get bought eventually, and then of course you still have your people who refuse to be, you know, in that associated with that kind of thing. And cool. Let them keep the indie, keep being indie, keep pushing that. I think that's what makes the world go around. But it's inevitable. The guys with the money somehow are going to talk to the right people and get what they either want to get or needs to be gotten. You know?
Yeah, true. Man, I think it's going to happen though. I think that by 2030, I'll be driving down Central to see that. Instead of BB&T Bank, I'll see Humble House Records there.
BB&T Bank, that's funny.
That's like the record label building. Like out of all the buildings downtown, that's the one to me that looks like the label building.
Yeah, you're right. That's funny. One day, man, I hope, you know, and I'm going to keep striving for it.
Well, look, man, you're doing great things. And, you know, like every idea that you've got is manifesting into all these things, you know.
Yeah.
And you're doing great things for St. Pete, for the community, man. And
thank you.
I give you props, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good to get to know you too, man. And everything that you do in music and see your space here. This is awesome.
If you guys are wanting to get in touch with Keytone, you can find him. The best way is
Instagram.
At
Keytone or at Humble House Records.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.